Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to be unboxing Blade Runner, the role-playing game, case file number 2, Fiery Angels. So Free League so far has released 3 items in this Blade Runner, the role-playing game. First, we have the starter set, which was a nice thick box set that came with some rules in it, as well as the first case file and all the handouts necessary to run that case file. Then they released also the core rulebook, nice big heavy duty core rulebook for the Blade Runner game. And now we have received the case file number 2, Fiery Angels. A big thank you to Free League for sending this along so that we could take a look at it, give you all our thoughts, and let you know if we wanted to recommend it to you for your tables. Let's go ahead and open up the box. We're going to read the back of it first, and then we'll dive on in. Fiery the angels rose, and as they rose, deep thunder rolled. Around their shores, indignant burning with the fires of Orc. William Blake. Following the same deluxe format and packaging as the award-winning case file number 1, Electric Dreams, included in the Blade Runner RPG starter set, case file number 2, Fiery Angels, features a new thrilling investigative scenario and a host of in-world handouts, photos, maps, and more. This new investigation starts off with the Blade Runners assigned to question a suspect arrested while trying to infiltrate the Wallace Corporation memory vaults. The case leads the team down a perilous path that explores the boundaries of replicant technology and its consequences. The player characters will need to contend with an array of physical, mental, and moral challenges. This box set includes a beautifully illustrated and detailed scenario book with locations, characters, events, and leads to follow, 11 handouts including a variety of in-world artifacts and Esper photos, 7 full-color maps, a custom manila envelope for the players to keep their evidence safe in, 14 high-quality custom cards for non-player characters. All right, we know what's inside the box. Let's go ahead and flip it over. As per usual, Free League does a great job of providing boxes that feel super sturdy and like they're going to last you a lifetime. They do a great job with that. Inside, we do right away see those cards for the NPCs. Go ahead and open that up, take a quick look at those. All right, so on the front side of the card, it says mugshot, and then we have a letter beside it, so we know how many of those we have. Interesting to choose a letter rather than a number. So instead of mugshot 1 and mugshot 2, we get mugshots A and B. Interesting choice. But then on the other side, we just have the mugshot and the character's name. I think this is going to be really handy for illustrating for your players what these NPCs look like. Now, I will say a lot of the art for Blade Runner has that kind of muddied look to it, like it's not quite finished. I will say that these mugshots look much clearer than that, which is great because, again, here you do want your players to know what these individuals look like, so a more clear art style here is necessary. So these look really good. I like these quite a lot. The art on them is very detailed. I feel like as I read through the file and the scenario, these are going to help really bring the characters to life for me. And if it's doing it for me, then it's going to do it for the players as well. All right, so that's all of the cards that come in here for the mugshots. We have our games catalog. So many games that Free League puts out. They do a great job. Little packet of silica. Toss that. All right, so now we're into the nitty-gritty of it, everybody. We get this really nice paperback glossy finish on it, which is very I think I've talked about this in previous videos. A lot of their, like the Alien RPG, the Blade Runner RPG, so anything that is sci-fi based they tend to go more with a glossy finish on it, whereas anything that's fantasy based, they go with more of a fabricy, cottony kind of feel to their pages. We have the manila envelope that they mentioned. Now, this is fitted in there very tightly. Let's flip that over, get that out. And they already have a bunch of handouts here in the manila envelope. Go ahead and check out some of these real quick. So we got a nice little handout here with some fingerprints, information about this NPC. It's handout C, handout A. Hopefully not giving away any real spoilers here, not looking too closely at everything. Well, this is nice. We have a news sheet, the Independent Sentinel, with some information. So again, this is an investigative game. The players are going to have the opportunity to get their hands on these handouts and take a look at it, read through it, find some clues, get some information about what's going on in the world and how it relates to the scenario that they have found themselves in. This looks like it is a shot taken from security cameras. So they're going to be taking a look at that. Some photos of maybe a crime scene. And I'm telling you, each one of these, they're nice and big, not quite 8.5 by 11. Nice glossy finish on everything, very highly detailed. Really nice looking. And then we get the maps that were mentioned as well. So we get a nice layout here of the Seawall Shantytown, a location in the scenario. We get a layout of an executive suite in the Wallace Corporation. Someone's office in the Wallace Corporation. An apartment. Bright Eyes Beauty Salon, so another location there. Someone's zoological, it says. Runsiders? And the Yukon Hotel. Layout of one of the rooms there in the hotel. So lots of really cool maps. Everything is nice and sturdy. A lot of times with these starter sets, you get these really flimsy bits of paper. And you feel like, oh man, I'm going to have to go laminate that. I'm afraid that it's not going to stand up to use at the table. I'm not going to have any worry about that with these materials. They're very, very sturdy. They're going to stand up to a lot of use. Obviously, if you wanted to laminate them, you still could. But for me personally, I don't feel like that's going to be necessary. The only thing here that has more of that regular papery feel are the newspaper handouts. The newspaper handouts definitely have a little bit, I would have a little bit more worry about how well they're going to stand up over time. All right, so that is all of the handouts that you have for the players, and these can go down into their manila envelope. And then the last thing that we're going to show here is we do have the actual case file itself, case file number 2, Fiery Angels. So let's just kind of get a quick overview. The case file itself sits at just under 60 pages long. It's 60 if you want to include the index here at the end. And we open up just like the previous case file. We get a prelude, which is going to give us our introduction to the scenario itself and some of the major players. We do get a content warning down here, letting us know that this does discuss violence, death, and mental trauma. So a little warning for your players before you start playing the game. Make sure that everybody is comfortable with what's going on. And then you're going to dive into, if you are running the game, then you're going to be diving into this, reading about the situation, the investigation itself. And then you're going to take all this information and get ready to run it for your players. We have a nice section here about the main characters. These are going to be all those people that we got to see their mugshots earlier. Introduction to the locations, where everyone's going. A nice little, oh my gosh, look at this layout. Lots of stuff happening here. So we have our starting scene, we have our final confrontation, and then we have all the places, the locations, and the ways things might go. So obviously after the briefing, the players are going to get to decide, where do they want to go? What are the things they want to focus on first? And so they've done a really nice job here of kind of laying out the board here for you. They're calling this the crime board. Laying out the board for you of the different locations that the players might decide to go and investigate at. Be interesting to see this played multiple times and keeping track of the decisions that the players make. All right, discussing some of the city locations. So everything is going to be in here. This is going to be probably, you know, it's like any RPG. It's going to be a fair bit of reading on the front end for the individual who is going to be running the game. But it seems like for a book that's, you know, not super long, just about 60 pages, there's going to be probably quite a bit of gameplay involved in this case file, which is great. Like case file number 1, probably going to take you a handful of sessions to really sit down and dive into it and play all the way through it, which is great because these aren't inexpensive. You don't want something that you're going to sit down and just play it in one session and be done and over. This is nice because now you're going to get to play this for a few sessions and really enjoy diving into the Blade Runner universe. So everybody, that is the box set for Blade Runner, the role-playing game, case file number 2. Tons of great, well-designed handouts that are going to stand up to lots of play. A really beautiful looking paperback book, again, that's going to stand up to a lot of use as well. And then you have your mugshot cards also. And that is everything that is going to be inside your case file box. And again, everything that Free League puts out, they do a really, really great job. They don't skimp on the materials. So they've held up, I think, to their level of standard here. I didn't do a deep dive into the scenario on here. Not going to be giving away any spoilers for that. But I'm looking forward to reading through it and figuring out what I think about it as well. So everybody, thank you for taking a look at the Blade Runner, the role-playing game, case file number 2, Fiery Angels. It's a quick unboxing, just kind of my overall thoughts on the design of the case file itself. Everything's beautiful. Everything's going to be nice and sturdy and stand up to lots of play at my table. Can't wait to run it. Everybody, thank you for watching. If you liked it, maybe give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out all the other great videos that we're putting out here on Tabletop Gaming Guild. You can also head over to tabletopgamingguild.com. That's our website. Learn a little bit more about us. And definitely head over to freeleaguepublishing.com to check out this game and all of the other fantastic games that they are putting out. If you are a fan of The Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth, they are running, they've got the 5e version as well as their own version of the game. If you like Alien, you're going to want to check that out as well. Super high, tense, stressful game, and I love it. And if you're interested in just checking that out, we do have a playthrough of one of the Alien scenarios on our channel. So again, everybody, thank you for watching. Until we talk again, keep on playing games.